He did say bussy, right?
The part that you're not seeing is this is a video where a dude's fantasizing about fucking Shrek.
Or Shrek fucking him.
Yeah, I was going to say.
There it is.
Technically, Thresh is dead.
I think
Bouncing on his booty cheeks.
all
That's the
three of you are
lyrics.
wrong. They're making love.
There's not much love that's happening there.
There's tons of love.
That's bright green lust.
If you are filled with Shrek, you are filled with love.
Filled with Shrek. Oh, he's full of Shrek.
It's a good thing we ain't have no sponsors or nothing, because this one would have already got
That
demonetized.
was, we don't call it the cream pie. We call it the green pie. Oh, he's making a swamp all right.
Oh,
Have mercy, man.
Oh, that's
What
a new
the-
definition of swamp ass.
you know, I don't understand why you seem so upset right now, because according to last week's thumbnail, you really enjoy this type of
You
stuff.
really loved it.
Why was last week's thumbnail what last week's thumbnail was?
Because, Flowers, if you're not going to give me any clickbait content, I'm going to use you for clickbait.
That's fair.
Right?
You're being used by your friends. How does that make you feel?
Welcome back to another lovely episode of Caster's Couch, where this week I can't imagine what's going to be on the thumbnail, but there's a wacky face that Ovilee can surely manipulate into some bullshit.
Describe the thumbnail. Describe it.
No.
I can describe it.
Please, Raz, I would appreciate
You mean the
that.
future one or the past one?
Oh, what should I do for this week's thumbnail?
Well, he gave you a Hagao face.
Okay, wait. Let's
I did not stick my tongue out. I know what that is because people have donated to my fucking Twitch chat enough now with that. I know what that is.
Well, all I'm saying is that you can add a little like drool in the Photoshop. All right.
Let's do this really fast. I'm just
Okay.
going to swing this microphone out. Flowers, just look straight into your camera and give us a couple faces.
Wow.
Now give us one of these.
No.
Give us
Or
one of
the-
No, I'm not. No.
these. Give me one of these.
No.
Give me
No.
a.
Cross-eyed.
I am not letting you have the opportunity to do something that I will never speak to you again for.
Right.
I am preserving this friendship.
Friends don't Photoshop dicks into their friends' mouths.
It wasn't going to be a dick. It was going to be a little top hat and a cigar. Too niche of an audience?
That's
Too
that's
niche of
a
an
good
audience?
one. How about you holding like handlebars that are up, a little vertical, a little higher up over your head, I don't want to do it because I don't.
Why don't you show us what you mean, Raz?
Show us, Raz.
I am not a fan of stifling your creativity by showing you an example.
I appreciate you.
Use
but
your imagination
I'm
a little bit.
My mental canvas is struggling right now.
Really?
Yeah. Paint me a picture.
How about? So I will. No, I will not do it. I refuse
Do
to
it, Raz. Do it, Raz.
I
Equality.
don't think so.
It's Pride Month.
Not for long.
Dude, I saw it Twitch the other day. I was in some random channel, and there was just an emote. It was the Gage Pepe,
Yes.
the rainbow colored one.
Yep.
It was him, but then he snapped into Thanos dust, and I was like, "What is this weird emote?" And I hovered over it. Do you know what it was titled?
What?
July 1st.
No!
Because that's when all of the companies get rid of all of the rainbow stuff.
Why is America's greatest day also the worst day for our LGBTQ
Are you
people?
thinking of July 4th?
Oh no, that's Canada's greatest day.
That's Canada.
Yeah, I was just
That's
Canada's-
Canada Day.
Canada's homophobic?
A little bit.
What happened on July 1st?
Is Canada 3 days older than us?
Is this when Canada got independence from the geese?
I don't know when it was, but you guys were definitely there first.
Okay, so you guys just
We just
copied
took-
our homework, but you changed it enough that
Yeah, a
it was
little
slightly
bit.
different.
Just a tiny bit.
okay.
Just a tiny
Canada
bit.
is where the French went.
Yeah.
That's why they
Oh,
speak
some of them.
French up there.
Yeah, but also you guys, we decided to keep a nice New Orleans contingent.
I like how
Just
you
in
say
case.
we, Raz. Were your ancestors back there in the old days of Canada?
Where do you think Harriet Tubman went? Where do you think she went? She didn't stay in America.
The Underground Railroad had many stops.
He's got you there.
Bang.
You know what? I can't. I don't even know. I know that you make the joke that July 1st is when all of the rainbows go away. Have we seen any rainbow specifically for June, at least within esports? I feel like, so this is my hot take.
Ooh.
With this year, we understand the economy was kind of like shaky.
Yeah.
A lot of marketing budgets got dried up. Did you notice the first thing to go? I'm going to say it.
Sponsorships.
Well,
Yes.
sponsored events, rather, sponsored content. Black History Month. First thing to go.
What?
Black History Month. All of the like
Oh, I
activations.
didn't see much of that, yeah.
Exactly. You
I didn't
didn't
see
see
much of
much
that.
of it. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about, right? Like when the sponsorship money is thriving and they're like, cool, we're going to put down to like a bunch of fun initiatives. There was almost no Black History Month.
So we're the ghetto of
Activation.
months, huh? That's what's happening.
Well, I'm
We
saying
don't even
the
have.
Ghetto
We don't even have the proper funding when it comes to months dedicated to us. Like,
Couldn't even get 30 days.
couldn't even do
Couldn't even get 30
that.
days. Couldn't even get 30 days.
We got.
Well, what does Golden Boy always bring up? He says Hispanic Heritage Month starts halfway
It
through
starts
the
halfway
month.
through.
Well, he celebrates both for obvious reasons.
Can't start on time.
Do you think Golden Boy is black?
He's not.
I know he's black. I know he's black.
Yes, no.
I mean, he does shake it. But the reason why I brought up Black History Month was because for Pride Month, I feel like there was a lot of cutbacks too.
Yeah, there was. But I think, so from the esports perspective, I definitely agree. I feel like there were a lot. I think in general, there was a lot of cutbacks. But then on an American perspective, there were intentional cutbacks. Let's just say they may have kowtowed to the right a little bit too much. The moment they started crying about anything, they didn't even know Target was a thing. They didn't shop at Target. They weren't even going to Target, didn't even think about Target. But the moment the clock hit, what month is it? June. The moment the clock hit June, they were like, suddenly I care about that there Target. And I care about Walmart. And I've never been there, but if I was, I'd be upset about the fact that there are rainbows around here.
Look, man, everybody out in the middle of nowhere, Ohio, everybody shops at Walmart. I'm telling you,
gonna say.
Walmart
Yeah.
Walmart is a middle of nowhere, middle America staple.
Yeah.
Target is fancy Walmart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most of the time, like I didn't know a lot of people who went to Target. When I went with friends who did shop at Target and went to Target with them, I'd be like, oh, damn, we're going to the bougie part of town.
Yeah.
But
The fancy one.
Yeah. It's like, you know how you have like the sketchy grocery store and then you go to Whole Foods.
dude, Whole Foods is actually like the
Holy Grail.
kitchen of the bourgeoisie.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
That is one of the most fancy places.
I still
I've
hold up my
So-
seen in
pinky
life.
every time I go to Whole Foods.
So one thing is that's cute and that's what I thought too when I moved to LA.
Uh-oh.
But have you ever heard of Arajuan?
No.
I can't even say that.
Era Juan.
Arajuan
Juan.
Era
is
Juan.
the upscale version of Whole Foods that exists like West Santa Monica near the Pacific Palisades. Have you ever been to the Pacific Palisades or heard of
even know
that?
what
What the
I don't
hell?
even know
That
what they
sounds
are.
like a Final Fantasy location.
Yes. Go to the Pacific Palisades and defeat Bahamut.
Yeah, exactly. Go to the kingdom of the Pacific Bahamids.
And with the views and graphics, it may as well be because these are literally huge, massive mansions built on like a hill overlooking the beach. Like these are multi-million-dollar homes, like tens.
So it's only mansion people that shop at this store.
oh fucking
Oh
bougie.
my god.
Okay.
Fucking bougie.
Do we
Like you
have
walk
like
in there.
robbers just at the you know how they have greeting people in Walmart and be like, hello, how you doing? And you have the mugger at the at the opening, right at the
Hold on, sir.
shop.
I'm just gonna be needing your wallet here.
Yeah,
real
just
quick.
give me your wallet and also your keys.
Yeah. Okay, you say that, but the Arrow one I went to at valet parking.
Yeah, I don't ever want to go to this.
Yeah, it sucks.
This place sounds awful.
That sounds like a
Like-
tourist attraction. I'm down to go
This,
one
this
day.
sounds like some bullshit. They're gonna charge me $14 for a can of beans or something.
$14 for a water.
Bottled water, yeah.
Okay, so it's like the grocery store version of those expensive clothing companies that it's the same fucking shirt everybody else has, but it just says Gucci on it, so it's worth $700.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like saying Gucci when I don't know what else to say during online conversations, but I would never buy their clothing. It's way too expensive. I value them as a meme.
we need to go to
Not as a
Erewhon.
product.
We need to go to Erewhon.
I think we should take a field trip there.
Yeah.
I would feel the same if you didn't say Gucci because Gucci did a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure collaboration.
Okay, well, I Versace or
All right, yeah, no.
I feel like Versace also did something.
Not with JoJo.
Oh.
Gucci definitely did something with JoJo.
Then fuck Versace.
Fuck Versace.
Okay.
Fuck Versace.
That's the theme.
Fuck Versace.
Unless they want to sponsor this podcast.
Unless they
in which
wanna-
case-
Then we can
Versace.
all fuck Versace. We can all,
Versace.
can be used both ways, guys.
Okay, I was on your Instagram
Yeah.
and I saw some very familiar things. Did you go to a little place this weekend, Raz?
Yes, I did.
Tell me about the little place you went to.
So I went to the 626 night market. That was a lot of fun. So the 626 night market, I guess it's like an event that happens around California. So the last one was in Arcadia/OC.
Southern
it
California,
travels.
really.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like travels is like event, so it's there for a few days. So I went to the one in Santa Monica, and boy, did it suck.
Was it not good?
It was rough, guys. Like, I don't know how. So apparently, from what I've heard from friends, Santa Monica is much a smaller one than Acadia and OC, so it's much smaller. It had about like 10 or so stalls, and it was at a parking lot, which is fine. But man, so it's overpriced food.
Okay.
I saw them tacos going for $25 a piece.
Wait, what?
So that's, it's for the experience.
That's at the what's this shop called? I can't even remember.
Arajuan.
Arajuan. Yeah, that's
Arajuan.
tacos from the Arajuan.
Juan. So I went there. To be fair, I went there really early. We went there like 2 p.m. At a night market. My bad. I was doing it with friends, and everybody had like some fucked up schedule, and we're like, okay, fine. So we can get as many people as possible. We're gonna go to 2 p.m. And even then, some people didn't go. So like, just throw it. If you were watching this and you were that person,
Let him know, Raz. Glare at him.
Your friends watch your content?
no.
Oh.
Some people do. Some just don't even know that I go to the LCS, even though I've told them I can't play ARAMs, guys. I'm literally working the LCS right now. They'll be like, okay, that makes sense.
that.
Next week, same question, same time. So that'll happen. But yeah, the night market was one of those things where it was pretty empty, but I'll probably just chalk that up to me being there early. There was not a lot of stalls, and the food quality was, some were great, some were good, some were So it's like you go there and you're like, I'm only going to really be here for 30 minutes to an hour because it's not that much. And maybe if there were longer lines, then I could see people being there for a long time. But then you're just basically in a line.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what it was. And I've been to, I've been to the Taiwanese and the Hong Kong night markets.
Uh-huh.
So it's like when you go to an authentic one, you're like, this is insane. So maybe my expectation was too high. But I had a lower expectation.
Yeah.
Wait, was this where you encountered the "You're going to hell, repent for your sins" guy that you posted on Twitter?
Yes.
Okay. Well, at least you got to have those.
We had those moments. So we went straight to 3rd Street after that, and it was great. I got to see that guy. We followed him a little bit. There was a karaoke stand. So we didn't sing, but someone else was singing, and they were vibing.
Cute.
There was one guy who was he was a cool black guy. He was talking to himself though, so we were just trying to move around him. But then he was jaywalking, and my friends were like, we should talk to him. I was like, I will talk to him. So I said a few words. He was talking about the Jesus guy, and he was like, yo man, that guy's crazy, but you know what? He's sending a positive message. Like, oh, this guy's reasonable. He's not crazy. Like, this guy, can you give me money? I was like, all right. Okay.
Give me money.
That's all good. So I gave him 20 because I didn't use any of that at the night market.
Yeah.
And then we dapped up, and I was like, God damn, his hand's oily as hell.
Oh.
So I was like, well, I need to. So that was unfortunate. But the experience overall was fun because I was with friends, and we experienced the night market together.
That's
Wholesome.
sweet.
Yeah.
I got excited for you when you said that you went to the 626 night market.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you said Santa Monica, I immediately felt bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Santa Monica night market is the white people's night market.
That's up. Yep. You're right.
It is the white people's. But the thing is, I think that the same thing can be said now for 2022, 2023 OC and Arcadia night market as well.
Okay.
Because it's become so touristy that now they can jack up the prices because they know that they're going to have a lot of heavy foot traffic anyways.
Yeah.
I went to Arcadia. You know how I know that it's been a long time?
Oh.
Because I went on a first date
Oh!
at the 626 night market. That's how I know it's been years.
Oh, brother.
Years. But I remember going there, and it's, first of all, it's mainly all Asian.
Yeah.
All Asian. You have I got this giant boba in a cow.
A cow.
A
It
cow.
was like a
Like
was
the
like
cup
a
is a
cow.
cow
The cup
shape?
is a cow. I paid $30 for it. The cup is
Hell
a cow, and then its belly is filled with boba.
Do you like suck the cow's like
There's a
udders?
straw in the cow, but the udders
The
would have
udders
been
would
a
have
good,
been a more
would've been-
thematic.
that would have been a
yes.
good touch. But yeah, so at the 66 like Arcadia one, they had carnival games. They had like all these fun little activation type stuff.
Yeah.
There's people selling merch there. Like I have friends who go to the night market and other places and sell t-shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
So you just went to a bad one. I'd say maybe give the Arcadia one a chance.
Yeah.
But also it is crowded to hell at this point.
I'm fine with crowded as long as it's an experience because night markets in general are crowded. I just want to have an experience that is like, even if it's jacked up prices, just something good. You go there. I went there. My friends were also an hour late, so that's
An hour?
they were kind of fucked up. But you know what? That's my own medicine. I do that to you.
I was going to say, this must be where you get it from.
I do that.
You're
sometimes.
hanging out with these motherfuckers.
That is true. But I was just vibing there. I was like, this is pretty empty, and there's not a lot of like food or options here. And then one of the stands, like stalls, just fell over because there was just a breeze. It wasn't even windy. It was just a breeze, but the breeze was enough to send that thing toppling, and I just couldn't stop laughing. I was like, this is the. You said white. It was a night market for people that didn't know what a night market was.
Yeah.
Like you've never been to a night market before, then that's kind of cute. But if you know what a night market is, that shit is ass. So like, at least entry was free. I'll give it that. If you wanted to enter there, free. That's not saying a lot, but
Do
still.
they normally charge to go into places like this?
In night markets, hell no. I don't know about the Acadian one or things like that in the past.
The
but
Arcadia one was like $5 to get in. I think they use it to pay for security and all that stuff.
okay, that makes sense. But like here was free. It was free. The authentic ones in Taiwan and Hong Kong that I've been to, free obviously because that's just the street you go down. I do have a funny one, a story about a night market story that I have in Hong Kong. God, this is when I actually got my fuck off like huge art piece because I'm a big fan of art. I go to art galleries wherever I go. I haven't really done it in LA, so I'm a bit of a fraud right now. But when I was in Hong Kong, I saw this really beautiful art piece. It was probably like forged or fake or something.
Okay.
But it was cheap. It was there. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking buy this thing.
It's big as shit.
Yes.
Okay.
It's huge. So I bought it. I'm like, fuck yes, I'm keeping this. Lost my friends. I was like, where the hell did they go? So as I found one of them, he's like, yeah, I can't find Pulse. This was Pulse back in LPL.
Okay.
It's like, so we couldn't find Pulse. So we were looking around for Pulse. And then, like, we find him. It's like, okay, great. Let me just talk someone else, the guy that I was talking to initially when we were finding Pulse. Like, let me just toss out my cigarette. Like, we'll walk in this direction. So he goes down the street, tosses the cigarette, comes back. Raz, you have to walk down that street. It's like, what? What? Why the hell do I have to walk down that street? I was like, just walk down that street. Don't do anything crazy. Use your peripherals. I was like, all right.
This sounds very sketchy, man. If somebody tells, hey, man, go walk down this street, just be real careful and always keep an eye out.
Yes.
Like,
You're like, I was like, what am I gonna do? He's like, here's like garbage, just throw it in the garbage can. So I was like, fine. I go to the garbage bin and I use my peripherals. I was like, left part of my eye, there's a lineup. A lineup of like 20 prostitutes. Just imagine, like, if you were in the military and there was like basically a lineup of people doing like a charge, basically, that was the version of a lineup for prostitutes and prostitutes alone. I was like, oh hell no, they're about to have a night. They're about to scatter like the Dragon Balls in search of some balls. So I was like, oop, I'm gonna head right back, but I'm not gonna do anything crazy. Like I'm about to head to a police officer. So I just went back and I was like, he's like, did you see it? I was like, yes, we did. Let's get the hell out of here.
I can
Ladies
top
of the
that.
night market.
You can top that?
I can top that.
Okay.
What'd you
I'm
find?
ready.
So I was in Japan.
Yeah.
I went when I was still in college. And I went to basically like Kansai region of Japan. It's a southern region of Japan. Think like Osaka, Nara, Kyoto.
Yeah.
Like those areas, not Tokyo up here. And I studied abroad in Japan when I was 16 in high school. And so I kind of knew the area, right? So one thing that one of my other friends had said was, oh, so there's the nightlife over here, super great, so many clubs, really great bars, people are out super, super late.
Yeah.
I said, well, if you're really adventurous, and I'm probably going to get this name wrong, so just give me a bit. They're like, well, if you're really adventurous, you could go to Shinsaibashi or Shishibashi or something like that. I'm like, what's that? It's the red light district.
Oh.
And I'm like, red light district. So like more nightclubs, right?
Yeah.
There's
More
no. That was
partying,
that's what you
right?
thought red light district meant.
There are more lights in that district.
Wait.
They got maybe a disco ball.
I love the fact that like the college iteration of you is that sheltered, but also your friend is that just completely dissociated to not recognize. It's like, oh, Ovilee, yeah, the person who has like the awareness of someone in middle school around these concepts. Let's tell her to go to the red light district. Nothing bad could possibly happen.
I just thought that it was more nightlight stuff. And I was like, oh, and I thought a little bit, I'm like a strip club, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I like strip clubs. Women are pretty. And so we go to this place. We take like the train station and we go on like this 10-minute walk. And we start walking through, we turn this corner and we find ourselves like on this pathway. And on the right side of the road and the left side of the road, no cars are going through. It's just all foot traffic.
Yeah.
Are all of these, imagine like a house, but cut in half. So you see like the bottom floor is completely open, and then the top floor is kind of like covered, shaded, a second story, if you will, right? At the bottom half of all of these houses was just one singular woman dressed in some sort of theme, sitting on a little square pillow, and then a mama-san trying to get people to come over.
Yep.
Is
was
Mama-san like
crazy.
Japanese version of like a madam?
Yes.
I'm
Like an old
assuming
lady.
yes.
Yeah.
The lady who runs a brothel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm walking through, and at first I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. She's dressed as a nun. She's dressed as Chun-Li. She's dressed as this. And then
Chun-Li, you
it
say.
slowly hits me where I'm like, they're just...
Oh. Oh.
I think we need to leave. I'm looking around right now, and I'm the only woman on this street who's not sitting on a pillow.
Oh.
Yeah, your friend totally.
Did he just
Griefed you.
give you the suggestion and then was not there with you?
He
He's
was
like,
not there.
you can do this
He was
yourself.
not there with us.
Your friend is a turbo
He was not
griefer.
there. He was
Yeah,
like,
just-
oh,
just
what
go
would
to the red light
Americans
district.
like to do? This is my Japanese friend, by
Yeah.
the way. Like, went to host family high school with.
Okay.
I was just like, okay, I'm going to go back to the arcade and play DDR.
Good choice. I don't know what he thought you could do at a night, like at a red light district alone.
Oh, I was with people. I was with friends.
Oh.
They also were interested.
Did none of y'all know what you were actually getting into?
I think they knew they
They
just
knew.
didn't tell me.
They were just they just wanted the content.
They were just interested in what was going on.
Did you somehow just lose track of some of those people?
Perhaps some of the dudes encounter them a few hours later.
A little bit more exhausted?
Perhaps disheveled clothing. Maybe a specific stank amongst them.
Yeah.
Describe that stink to me. Describe the specificity of that stink.
I can
Nope.
If you know, you know.
Nope.
I can
Describe it.
say
not doing
somewhere
it.
around the ballpark of
Oh, I thought you were about to say somewhere around the balls.
somewhere around this area or around the ballpark of pussy stank. Pussy.
And describe that smell.
A little fishy. And murky. You're like you come away.
Murky.
Yeah, like moist, murky.
You know, a sourdough starter.
When?
Yeah, like you're going. It's like humid. That's like a humid day in Florida.
When's the last time? No. Hold up.
Ross just said pussy stank is a humid day in Florida.
Or down the bayou. You know.
When's the last time that you've been near a pussy?
LCS broadcast is every Wednesday.
I was say I'm near a pussy every single day, and I don't smell a fucking bayou.
You can't smell your own BO. If that was the case, people at the fucking Anime Expo or anything would be washing themselves every fucking day.
No, they smell themselves. They just ignore it.
No, they don't smell. That's themselves.
Dude,
they just
some of them
smell
motherfuckers
normal
is
shit.
Not ignorable.
But they don't. Have you ever smelled like shit and then recognized you smell that? The moment you recognize you smell like shit, it's because you don't usually smell like shit. And on top of that, you have to be searching.
You want to hear something gross?
Yes.
What do you got?
So girls will sometimes have a period smell.
Is it just like blood?
I think I know what it is.
It's like it's a blood smell, but also like
It's a weird smell.
it's weird because sometimes it'll be like, yes, that is the smell of the blood hitting the pad. Or
Yeah.
sometimes it'll have like this sweet smell. And it's like, what the fuck is this?
Okay, I don't know about that shit. I don't know about that shit. You went
fair.
far enough. I had only real, like, okay, I've had one serious, like, longer relationship, and I could tell. I felt like a vampire when you can, or you can sense it. You're like, she's on her period. you can just sense it. All right, maybe I'm half vampire. That's a possibility.
Yes.
But have you not had that? Have you not noticed by a smell that you're like that somebody is on their period?
I have bad sinuses. My sense of smells are out.
Ian, you have to. There it is.
100%.
There it is.
There's other ways to tell too, but yeah.
Yeah. Usually there's something else.
I was going to ask you this question of have you ever, but clearly not. I've had a coworker track my period.
Whoa!
What? I'm pretty sure that's against like
The law.
the Declaration of Independence, bro. That's
I'm pretty sure somewhere in the Geneva Convention that shit was outlined.
I had a coworker straight up tell me, because I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling too great today. And he goes, well, your period's coming up soon.
Wait, you said he. So this wasn't even another lady seeing if like, because at first I was imagining one of them crazy ass chicks that believes in star signs and shit, trying to coordinate the moon so y'all have your period cycle at the same time or whatever.
Do you believe that women control their period?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
'Cause I'm saying these crazy ass star shit people
Yeah.
who think that you have to coordinate the tides of the moon or some
Yeah, it's
crap.
harder
I don't
than-
know. I've seen some weird shit.
It's harder than
But
cars trying to.
I figured it was
control.
one of those like weirdo ladies. But no, this is a dude just being like, for my own information. Like, what kind of neckbeard shit is that?
He's like, oh, well, I know yours is coming up because I think you're synced with my wife.
Oh!
Wait. This gets worse every detail. He's married?
You know who it is. You know who it is.
He's married. I know who it
You
is.
know who it is.
Don't name names.
We're not
We're not
dropping
gonna
names.
name names, but I feel like I'm gonna have like a visceral, like physical cringe if my brain.
Do I know him by
Find
name?
it. You don't know.
Damn it!
Okay, wait. So that's another.
That
clue.
nails it down, doesn't it?
You know what this is like? This is like a fucked up, vaguely sexual game of Clue.
Yes!
That's what
I
I'm
was thinking-
flipping tiles down in my mind.
Oh,
Okay.
guess who you mean? Guess who?
Yeah. Okay, so married, knows me, knows you, doesn't know Raz,
Yeah.
and apparently likes to track things.
Women's
I think that has a
periods.
look, by the way. I think if you're able to track other women's periods as well as your wife, that has a look. I would usually say around the ballpark of like white, underbeard, chunky, blonde, like you. Like you're probably like it's
Pretty
unkempt
accurate.
too.
Pretty accurate.
So I think that's around the ballpark of who that person. I think I just nailed it.
For the record,
I just nailed
Rez does not know who this is and described him perfectly.
Dude, I hate the fact that I still
go.
can't figure this out.
Let's fucking go!
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Flowers.
It'll dawn on you and you'll be like,
I can't
So-
believe I actually, once again, don't know who this fucking person is at all. But he has a look. The description gives you an
yeah,
image.
no, you read him immaculately.
There it is.
Eight,
I'm glad.
left no crumbs. Oh my god.
But I will say just a small note as we move on is which one's really harder? You know, a woman being able to control her period or cars trying to be able to control the power of the sun. That's an... it's for you to...
What?
Wait, what?
What does that mean?
What the fuck does that even
That
mean?
was my...
That's
Cars from JoJo's Part 2? Controlling the power of the sun, being able to be in the sun and not perish.
Oh, fuck you. I thought you meant cars.
Yeah, no, I heard cars, like driving.
Oh, that was the worst joke of all time, and it didn't even hit Ovilee. We can move on, and we can cut it from the episode.
We're not cutting it from the episode. I do all the editing. We're keeping everything in.
Continue with your story now.
We're keeping that flop. The title is Raz Flop's Biggest Joke.
God damn it.
And it's a thumbnail of you just belly flopping. And Flowers making a face like...
No!
That's a thumbnail.
That's a
Flowers
good
says,
one.
ooh. No, what I was going to say was... I went to the Game Awards concert on Sunday.
I saw a lot of posts about that. That looked hella
Yeah,
cool.
shout out to Chrissy on the Riot team getting us tickets. I brought Ian along because he is a tall man and can act as a bodyguard when you're with, the common folk.
Yeah.
The general
It's more like
audience.
plow.
What are you, fucking Cersei Lannister?
Peasants.
Get out of the way.
I was sipping a glass of wine during the concert, so yes, Cersei Lannister.
I was confused because I saw Ian's image of him being at the concert, but I was confused only because the big screen had like some Street Fighter fight that's happening. So I was like, oh, it's like, is this CEO like a gaming competition? And then you look down, it's like violinists and everything. I was like, this is a really...
The violinists are the competitors.
Yes, actually.
Those aren't real violins. It's like a Guitar Hero controller.
It's a new controller,
Yeah.
No, so it was really cute. It was the 10-year anniversary of the Game Awards. Shout out to Jeff.
Okay.
And so basically they had a bunch of musical arrangements from a variety of different games. They started off with League of Legends. They did a little bit of Arcane.
Nice.
They showed some MSI stuff and some competitive League of Legends stuff. So you got a little Nas doing the cape thing from last year's music video. It was really cute. We got into God of War, which was so good. Little bit of Last of Us. We had this dude come out with like a mandolin guitar and just be like...
Last of Us music is incredible. It's actually
so
insane.
good. We hit a little bit of Final Fantasy XVI, which I know you've been playing.
Dude, the battle music, we'll talk about it.
It was great.
Yes.
It was great. And also all the men that they showed from some of the cinematics, so fuckable.
Yeah.
And then we saw like a little bit of Starfield. We got some of the Spider-Man, which was cool.
Okay.
But then we had Jeff come out and be like, and we have two special musicians here today, two special artists singing their new song, Video Games. Out walks Tenacious D. Fucking Jack Black with a guitar, center stage, and they sing their song Video Games. I don't know if you two have heard it. It's fantastic.
I haven't.
I have not. I knew that Tenacious D was going to be at that event. It's like the thing that I was most sad about missing not going to it.
Yeah.
But it seemed like it would be a super cool thing to get to see in real life.
Listen to the song. It's really good. The entire song is about how he doesn't play video games anymore.
Oh.
Don't play video games no more. Never play video games. And so it was really cute. He left. And then we're like, oh, no more Jack Black. We get to the end of the night.
Yeah.
Fireworks are going off. We see
Those looked cool.
For the new 10-year, anniversary, the new theme that they made for the Game Awards and everything.
Yeah.
Fireworks going boom, 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 boom. Jeff comes out. He's like, thank you, everyone. Good night. And then you see this piano being wheeled out onto center stage.
Huh?
I'm looking at this piano and I'm turning around, I'm going, oh my God, to all the people around me. The piano gets revealed, like the cape taken off of it. And this dude comes out from like the side of the stage wearing nothing but a toad hat and the toad tunic. He fucking walks out to the stage, sits down.
He also had pants.
Oh, he had
Right,
pants
I'm assuming there's. I don't assume the guy's just
He
schwanging
got
meat at
pants
the
on.
Game Awards concert.
He's not having some turbulence.
He had pants on, but we weren't looking at that. He sits down at the piano, starts playing. And he starts playing Peaches from the Mario movie. So you see Jack Black coming out in his all green sparkly suit going, Peach, understand, I'm gonna love you till the very end. And he starts singing Peaches and everyone's going crazy. And it was the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Is Peaches like Bowser's title song? Is that his theme in the Mario movie?
Yes.
Like for people who don't know.
I haven't watched the movie.
What?
Yeah, I've not seen it.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yes.
I'm trying to appreciate your story, but I have to have context to appreciate the story.
He sings a ballad to Peaches.
Okay, so that's like his
the movie.
signature. That's his individual character song moment.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
pretty good too.
I don't watch.
I am a
boomer
fan
movies.
of ballads.
I don't watch boomer movies.
It's very romantic
Mario's an old people's movie.
for the old folks like us,
Yeah.
the youths.
Jack Black is probably 90 years old.
I don't want to do this podcast anymore.
So, did you hear about Elon Musk and Zuckerberg fighting?
Yes, I saw that.
Cage match?
When is that happening? I'm
I don't know
buying
when
that
it's
pay-per-view.
happening.
It's
But
impossible for both of them to die, so I'm less interested.
Yeah, that is fair. But if they hid that behind Twitter Blue, that's a good reason to buy Twitter Blue.
Would you subscribe? Would you pay the $8?
I'd pay the $8.
Would you do a pay-per-view to see that?
Yes. Just to see one of them probably.
so
Well, I've got bad news for you.
What?
Elon asked his mom if he could play with Mark Zuck, and his mom said no. So the cage match has been canceled.
is it actually canceled?
I shit you not. The cage match is canceled because Musk's mom said no.
Wait, that's real. I thought you were shitposting.
I shit you not. Musk's mom said no.
Mom, it's my papa. I want to fight Mark Zuckerberg in the cage. That's
That is actually the perfect image of a guy that owns Twitter.
Yup.
Are you serious, bro? I was looking
Yup.
forward to this.
I know.
Nope.
Right?
His mom said no. Yeah, because I think it was like Elon Musk was like, yeah, I'll fight Zuckerberg. And then Zuckerberg responded with like, name a place and a time and
Drop
I'm
the
there.
location, bro.
Drop the location. Yeah. And then like all of these, fighters came out on Twitter and they're like, Musk, I've been a fan of you since the beginning. Let me know. It'd be an honor to train you and like all of this crazy
Jesus
shit.
Christ, they
Here's
all
the
came
thing.
from the woodworks.
Zuckerberg doesn't lose this. The man is a
chance.
robot. He's got like attachments in there that would give him the upper hand.
He also does martial arts.
Yes,
from
he's
what
a
I've
brown
heard.
belt
Yeah.
in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Really?
Oh, fuck that. I was a brown belt in karate. That's not much of an accomplishment.
Yeah, but he has some muscles.
He's also like, I want to say 12 years younger than Musk.
Yeah.
That'll
That'll
do
give
it.
you an edge.
And
Hey,
That's a
how
big
old is
difference.
Musk?
He's 50, 51?
God damn.
He looks so much
He
older.
might be 50, exactly.
I don't know
We
how.
don't fact check here.
That's wild out here.
12 years is enough to give you an edge for sure.
Yes.
Like
especially those 12 years being 38 to 50.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
That's gonna factor in for
That's
sure.
a long 12 years.
True. And I don't think Zuckerberg has a chin. So being able to
You're never gonna take a hit on the chin if you
can't-
don't got a chin to take a hit on.
Exactly. If you're just a pencil neck guy, you're good. He has a thumb for a head.
Who would you want to see in a cage match out of all of our esports associates?
If I want to see someone get their ass beat, I want to see Golden Boy beat someone's ass.
You want to
Okay.
see but
Golden
who would
Boy
be in the cage?
versus-
Oh.
Like you throwing Vedius in there? Like
Ooh, that one's one-sided, and I
Bro,
wouldn't
why
want
you just
Vedius
dogging
to die.
Betty? What did he do?
Was he a $130?
I wouldn't want
140
Vedius to
pounds,
die.
maybe?
That would be a tough one.
you said you want someone to die?
I wouldn't want to see Vedius die.
Oh, I thought you said I want to see someone die.
Yeah, maybe. But not the people that I appreciate.
Hey, you want to sell tickets or not?
That's a tough one.
Who do you want to see in a cage? You know?
Oh. You and Fiona. Put it
Oh,
out
shit,
on the
you're
line.
going for the grudge match.
Yeah, all out on the
grudge
line.
match.
Once and for all. One person's coming out alive.
What a terrible fight.
I think it's so interesting that you don't know that conflict was actually resolved last week.
I saw the video. I didn't watch it. I
How are
I
we
saved
supposed to
it.
know that?
I saved the video. It was a video, so she went on their show.
Oh well, you know that I don't watch podcasts.
Okay.
But I knew, so I was like, I'm going to save this for later. I had a bunch of meetings, so I'm going to watch it later tonight. But my
you.
understanding was you going to her podcast, you guys are going to squash it. You guys going to still hold on to that.
We're girls, of course we are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. How many dog shit dramas have I watched to recognize that it doesn't matter? Someone's like, thank you, we squashed this beef. We squashed it.
It is not squashed.
2 days later, you bring it up for no fucking reason. It's going to happen.
Listen, you forgive, but you never forget.
There it is. So that fight's
Dude.
going to be happening at some point.
this is
Maybe.
once I learned how girls approach their problems, I just had a greater fundamental appreciation for how dudes approach their problems. Like, you got a problem with another guy, you just like hit each other.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Girls do this shit where they're like, I'm going to make her best friend hate her and her mom not pay for her college.
Boom.
Like, and it's just this mental terrorism.
Yes.
And I've heard like isolated different incidents from people before, and they're just like, yeah, I know. At first I felt a little bad about it, but then I realized I should have done more. And I'm like,
Whenever I go on,
dude, girls are fucking nuts when it comes to that shit.
Whenever I go to Our World News or something about that, I hear people talking about like, oh, we're starting to finally use like the domestic terrorism laws, but we haven't used it for the women in our country. Like, we just haven't the amount of domestic mental torture that women put each other through. It's just not real.
Listen, I'm just going to speak from my own experience.
I would
Okay?
rather be waterboarded.
Subscribe to the Patreon, where we're going to be able to find out what's worse: women's psychological torturous warfare or literal FBI interrogation techniques.
Listen, when I was little,
Yeah.
I had a younger sister. Okay? I have a younger sister.
Still have a
Oh
Yeah, I
my
forgot.
God, what have you done to
He's
her?
already starting off with a little foreshadowing.
Oh my God.
And she would beat the shit out of me. She would beat the ever-loving shit out of me. Punch me, kick me, scratch me. I had like little mini scars down my arm because my mom wouldn't cut her fingernails, just like a cat. And I was smaller, even though I was older. I was a little bit taller, but I was smaller and weaker than her. So I would go to my parents. I'm like, hey, she keeps beating me up. Can you tell them to stop? And she's,
You're the older sister?
I'm the older sister.
And you're smaller than weaker than her?
I'm skinnier.
Just making that sure.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure that. Just making sure.
I ain't drink my milk or
Okay.
eat my meat.
Ovilee, can you show your guns for camera?
Guns out. I see more jiggling than I do.
Chicken wings.
There's a muscle in there.
There it is.
Chicken wings. Listen, for some people, their ass jiggles. For some people, it's their arms. Thank you very much.
All right, I appreciate that.
So my sister would beat the crap out of me, and I went to my mom, and I'm like, Mom, she keeps beating me up. Help me. Are you gonna ask her to stop? And she's like, Ovilee, listen, you don't have to use your fists. Use your words to resolve things. I'm like, okay. So I use my words, and now my sister is in therapy.
Oh.
Well, I mean, look, if she kept being physically abusive to her, you couldn't be physically abusive back. And if you just let yourself get bullied, bullies are going to keep. I am fully in the camp of, and I'm fine saying this, Captain Flowers supports the punch your bully in the mouth platform. If your teachers tell you not to, they're pussies.
They are.
Like,
Yep.
you've got to deal with people who are shitty and aggressive like that. Otherwise, they're just going to stay that way forever. Sucks she had to go to therapy for it, but you asked her plenty of times not to. So I just consider this the consequences of conflict here. The
Yeah.
cons of cons, you see?
True. Us as men, here's a story about myself, all right? You're right. We solve it through fighting. Even if you know goddamn well you're going to lose the fight. You just
What?
take the fight. You're just like, look, if I just take this, I'm losing forever. I might as well just lose now. So I've had many fights when I was in elementary and junior high. I won most of them, but man, there was one kid that I knew I was going to lose to. But I took that fight anyways. He was like a bit of a dickhead in high school.
Was this the braces one that you
That was
told
the
us about?
braces
Yeah.
one.
Yep.
Did I say that on the podcast?
You said it on the podcast.
Then thank God. Look
Check
back
out
if you're
previous
out there.
episodes of Caster's Couch now.
Exactly. So I would have lost that fight. Thank God you have people who will be like, that will literally hold you back after 2 moves. Because if they weren't there, I'm being manhandled. I'm being ragdolled. But I was able to come out of that one looking like a winner, even though I wasn't.
Jeez.
Hell yeah.
Let's totally change gears. You're
Anakin
now a car
Skywalker.
salesman?
I hate you.
You're a car salesman, or what are you selling on the LCS now?
No, so we did an infomercial earlier this week. It was actually the first time that I've done not improvisational live show day content in a very long time. Most of the times I'm like, my contribution to the show on the LCS is, it's in the moment. It's the games, it's the calls, then that stuff ends up going into videos and whatnot. But in the meeting this past week, there was somebody brought up the idea of, well, we were talking about the new items that are in the game and how some of them are overpowered, Static Shiv being the biggest one. And they were like, oh, well, what if we did like a commercial, like advertising for the item? That would be like an interesting way to talk about it. And that idea sat me, I was like, oh, that is a cool idea. And I noticed myself after I got home from the meetings later that day, I was just sitting there playing games on my computer and I was thinking about the infomercial. And the way I look at things is unconsciously thinking about stuff is how you know you're really into something or you really want to do it. Whether it's like when you're not playing a game, you're thinking about playing the game, or whether it's, oh, you're just goofing off, but you're thinking about something that you're trying to build. I'm like, okay, I got to make this happen. So I hit up Pastry Time because Pastry is one of our content producers for LCS
Shout out
now.
to Pastry.
Yeah, shout out to Pastry. He just made this whole thing pop off. So Pastry and our writer Manny and myself all worked on this. Pastry built the skeleton for it and wrote the opening paragraph and Raz's immaculate line that we'll get to in just a second. Then I wrote the rest, and Manny had also worked on an infomercial in the past and gave us some of like that material to base some of the phrasing and stuff off of. So we recorded this whole thing. I got in my zone. I woke up that morning, the morning of recording it on Wednesday, and I watched the original OxyClean commercial starring Billy Mays, and then I put on an hour-long royalty-free infomercial music selection on YouTube, and I just got to writing. I was possessed by the spirit of Billy Mays and that ShamWow guy that went to like prison for crack or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was
so I was having a great time. We get in and we record the thing, and so like all these classic infomercials back in the day, they always start with some person in a black and white screen, and they're over exaggerating how frustrated they are with something. So we got Emily to be that person. She's sitting there on her computer, just like frustrated that she's losing games. And then I come in and I sell Static Shiv as like the item, and it's all overacted. We put a grainy 90s film filter over it so it looks like it's one of those old commercials. And then it gets to some real life Static Shiv customer testimonials, and Emily's like, oh wow, this item's great, I'm so much better at the game now. And it cuts to Raz, and I don't even know what we had this set piece for, but for some reason, for a different skit that we were doing, there was a bed in the analyst desk area. There's just a bed.
You'll see soon enough.
Yeah. And so the bed's there, and we're like, wait a second, we can create a really cool contrast between Emily's normal testimonial and this bullshit we're about to do with Raz. So we have Raz sitting there on the bed, and the entire time there's this upbeat infomercial music. Music cuts. It's just dead silence. And Raz, what do you do?
Before I bought Static Shiv, my wife never talked to me. Now we duo every night. Thanks, Static Shiv.
Yeah. So Raz just talks about how his wife won't even talk to him. He's sitting on the bed. And the best part is the background in the bedroom. It's like dark gray wallpaper and stuff. So it's just like, it is the personification of like this dead bedroom dreary vibe. And then we bring the music back on with the thumbs up, and all of a sudden Raz is dueling with his wife again.
There it is.
So you could say, now I do it with my wife every night.
No, we duo every night.
Duo.
Oh.
So it's a nice double entendre.
Yeah, it was an entendre.
I thought you were going to say do it, and then I was going to get very upset that I got in trouble for saying big dickla, but you can imply fucking.
Well, you know, you got to do it in a League of Legends way.
Sexism in gaming.
It had to be a League of Legends reference.
Yeah, you got to make a League of Legends reference.
There was no League of Legends reference there.
Yep.
And Vikla is the League of Legends reference.
Well, now he's getting dick blood.
That's sexual.
Sexual.
No.
Sexual.
That is,
Yeah, what's up with Listen, we're doing very well in scrims right now.
that is true.
Yeah, that's actually one of the jokes that we had behind the scenes was last split, you guys were turbo shit in scrims, but you ran the league.
Yup.
And now you're gods in scrims, but you're turbo shit in the league.
the monkey paw.
I'm gonna leak some private FlyQuest information that I saw when I was walking past the whiteboard today.
Okay, what'd you get?
What was it?
So the top of the board, I think this was like improvement for all the players, like notes for like, oh, do this better, or focus on this, right?
Yeah.
I shit you not, I'm walking by, and the number one point is Ming and Philip are rap gods. Do you know who Ming and Philip are as?
Ming? Oh, Ming and Philip. Yes. Ming is Speaker. And Philip is Philip. Oh, you mean Vulcan. There are multiple Philips. There's a top laner named Philip.
Philip is Philip.
There's a support Quebecois.
That's
named
my boy
Philip.
Philip.
That's he's no longer on NRG, sadly. That's another Philip. And then there's Philip Vulcan Le Flamme. I call him Philippe.
I was going to say, isn't it Philippe?
Or Felipe, if he's Spanish.
For the audience that doesn't know the Ming and Philip reference, what is it?
His name is Vulcan.
Okay, so it is Vulcan.
It is, yeah.
And who was the other player?
Ming.
Ming.
Gotcha.
Ming Lu.
Speaker.
Yeah.
Man, that was a good.
All right,
I
that
will
fell
say
flat.
I will say at the very
That was
beginning.
a good ass story.
That fell flat.
I'll say at the very beginning.
That fell flat.
What is it about them rapping?
They're rap gods. You didn't watch the music video that you were in?
That was a Korean pop video.
I'm sure we have another better topic than that. Anything else?
I'm sure we have another.
All right. Raz, you played Final Fantasy 16?
I did. And holy shit, it's ticking all of the boxes that I love about Final Fantasy games. The gameplay is exceptional, so the actual fight scenes are great, right?
Yeah.
What
And
kind of battle system is it?
so I haven't actually played too much of the new Final Fantasy VII that came out. They were like the release,
Yeah,
relaunch
2
version.
discs?
The 2 discs.
2 discs?
2 discs. But it's like very similar where you're kind of like, think of a hack and slash in a way, but it's very creative.
Okay.
So you're like, if you're just like attacking, you're pressing square a lot. If you're using magic, you're pressing triangle. You can mix them together for combinations.
But
of
it's
attacks.
live action, so you're
it's
not
live
waiting for
action.
bars to fill or anything.
Exactly.
Like
And
that.
there are times when the opponent's trying to hit you, you press like R1 to like dodge. And it's like, it's easy at first, but then if there's multiple opponents, if there are bosses, it's actually a really smart, interactive, like fighting gameplay experience.
Okay, cool.
And then there's like abilities and attributes. You can add more abilities. Right now, I've just started really, so I haven't gotten too far into it. I'm like just kind of past the prologue. So the fighting element is fun. The story element is really interesting. That to me is the most surprising thing. It's literally the most adult Final Fantasy game I have ever played.
Really?
Yes. The amount of times, like the most basic one is when you go through a cutscene and they're like, fuck. And you're like, okay, you're cussing. That's you got me interested.
Is it rated M or is it still rated teen?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's rated M. I need someone to confirm
Has
this
to be
rumor.
rated M.
I think it's rated M. I need someone to confirm this rumor. Like, it's very important.
Okay.
But I remember when people were talking about Final Fantasy 16 coming out.
Yeah.
It may have been fake. I'm going to pretend it's real either way. I thought I remembered seeing some headline saying, oh, Final Fantasy 16 is going to be banned in some countries in, like, the Middle East or something. Because there's some fucking gay scenes in there. Someone told me there's some gay scenes in there.
I wouldn't be surprised if there is at some point later down the storyline.
Okay, let me Google it.
Because I don't know if there's a gay character, but there's certainly certain scenes where I walk through and it's like, oh, they're about to fuck. Like, there is one character literally like picking a girl up and then bang her into the wall to like, you know,
Ooh.
sexually kind of thing. And they were like talking hot shit and I'm like, God damn, but they about to is he about to bust a nut? And then there was another one where, you know, we were on a bed, but then they moved past it. Like, they don't actually have a sex scene yet.
So it's not full Game of Thrones level.
It's like, it's not there yet. I haven't seen a nude person yet, but I've certainly seen someone's head get chopped off and they're bloodied as fuck and someone get traumatized
Oh,
by
they
that.
actually go with the full, they give you the whole gore?
Yes.
Damn.
And then someone gets squished by a huge ass rock and there's blood stains. And you're like, what the fuck is happening? I love this shit.
Yeah,
It's-
this has to be rated mature then. If they're
Yes.
doing full decapitations, they're saying fuck every other sentence. Like,
Yes.
that's honestly surprising.
Okay. This is here. I
Okay.
got this one. One of the clues that tells us that there is a gay character in Final Fantasy 16 is the official Arabic PlayStation game site where the game is unavailable for purchase. That is strange as the game is localized in Arabic. And then it says, but knowing the laws in that region, we can assume the reason for game unavailability is LGBTQ plus content that didn't pass censorship. Add to that information that Square Enix won't change content for the Middle East or any other region, and you have a possibility of a queer inclusion.
Yep. Very
They're
likely.
saying for now it's certain that the main character is not gay.
Okay, yeah. I can tell that one.
Main character is not gay.
So yeah, the ESRB is mature, and that's interesting to see because, right, like, also, and funny enough, so Saudi Arabia, and I forget what content it was. There was a piece of content that came out that they like banned very similarly because it was just a trans like flag that was in the area. I
Oh,
forget
it
what-
was the Spider-Man movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
it says at the beginning, no spoiler, in Gwen's bedroom it says save trans kids.
There it is. So like I heard it was just a flag, but I haven't watched the movie just yet. That's me being lazy as hell and not
Yeah.
putting in the time for it. But yeah, so like they're pretty on point of like if there's anything, they're like, and it's banned.
Yeah.
So there's probably gonna be a gay person. And honestly, they've done it so well. I feel like I'm only at the start, maybe like the first 2 hours or so.
Yeah.
Like the storyline, the storytelling, the actual romance, and like the connection that characters are having with each other are really well done.
Yeah.
I think it'll be well done when we actually get to those characters.
Something, okay, because you've been playing a lot of Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever play Poison in Street Fighter?
Yes. Well,
you know-
I didn't like fully. I played her some. Yeah.
Okay. So I was reading. Do you know who Poison is in Street Fighter?
No, I'm not familiar with the roster.
Okay. Maybe you've seen pictures. Like you know who Chun-Li is.
Right, yeah, I know the main characters.
So Poison is this super hot, like long pink hair, wears kind of like a sergeant's or like a police cap type of thing.
Yeah.
Daisy Dukes cut off jean shorts and then like a white tank top that's just.
Yeah. She's like banging hot, high heels, like everything she said, just like jacked kind of basically.
Okay.
And
And has a whip.
is accepted in the community as a trans character because she is a trans character.
Yeah.
And so I was doing research because I was working on a Street Fighter 6 video today, and I was like looking into like the background of this character, and it's so interesting because originally there was a game. It was called something something Fighters, like the original game before Street Fighter or something that was being worked on in Japan, and they made the like origination for Poison and then this other character was that they wanted to put female characters in the game, but they were scared about people being sensitive about women getting beat up in video games.
Oh, right.
So-
like a dude punching a lady or
Yeah,
some
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Okay.
So they made these characters and they're like, listen, they look like women, but they're men.
Yeah.
They're men.
In Final Fight, right? That was where she
Final, yeah,
originally-
yeah, that's what it was called.
So she existed as like a little bit of a troubling character because she was seen at the time as a Futanari. So like she's a girl, but
Explain
she has.
Futanari.
Oh yeah.
Raz has
Love this,
already terrorized me in Twitch chat with donations to names like Futanari Ari, and then when I say them out loud for $5 like a trained monkey, and then chat spams keg W's at me, I learned immediately after what that meant.
Exactly. For the people.
So yeah. So Futanari is basically like a girl that just has a penis. Like that's essentially what it is. There's a fetish of like, oh, she's an amazing girl, but do you like her dick though? Like that's what it is.
It's something to be said that it's mainly for
Yeah.
the fetish. People don't usually use
Fetishizing
that word. Yeah.
in porn. So like she initially was introduced as that type of a character, but the good thing about it is like over time they transitioned her storyline, much like League of Legends storylines. They changed her storyline and lore
Yeah.
to be like more a little ambiguous still, but a trans character that everyone has accepted as a trans character.
Yeah, and so I think I read a quote from one of the producers who worked on like Street Fighter 4 because I believe I don't know if she's in 5, but I think
She's
she
in
was
4,
in
yeah.
4, absolutely.
And she's in 5 as a DLC character later on.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Their quote said something to the lines of, listen, in North America, she is post-op trans, but in Japan, she
Yeah.
is tucked.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, interesting. So it's just, I don't know. It was an interesting interesting topic that I was looking
Yeah.
up.
That's the weirdest thing about when it comes to general business practices in media, because they left her storyline last I checked as like that ambiguousness
Ambiguous.
for just so they can get her past like Japan and I'm sure like in the Middle Eastern market and stuff like that, and Eastern European, like anywhere that is a problem with LGBTQ issues, right? And it's kind of the same, honestly, with even Cassante. Because in the Cassante lore, remember, in League of Legends, like, in his lore, he had a lover that was an archer. But then in Russia and I think in the Middle East, that version, it comes off as like, that's my friend.
That's my good buddy.
My friend.
Good friends.
That's Archer Andy.
There
my
it
best
is.
friend.
Yeah, my friend from high school.
It's like in Sailor Moon where they had, I think, like Uranus and Pluto, where they are.
No, keep going on. I'm just
Uranus.
look, dude. There's some stuff that you never outgrow, and laughing at that, it's just.
I'm laughing at him laughing at literally the most childish thing of all time. It's great.
Dude, come on.
I love it so much.
You could have said any of the other ones, but you said that.
You
one.
said Uranus.
Because they're the two gay ones.
Yeah.
I thought Ovilee told us they were all gay last time.
I mean, Sailor Moon's all a little gay. But
That's a little
Sailor
bit.
Moon's a little gay.
It's a little
but
bit.
those two.
Pluto and the other one
Okay.
were girlfriends, but in the American dub, they're just cousins that are very close.
Ah, there it is.
Of course they went full roll tide with
There
it.
it
They
is.
couldn't have just made them normal friends. Like,
Yup.
yeah, don't worry, brother. You're cousins.
They're cousins. So they can't be fucking. They're cousins.
They're fucking
They
into
wanted to make sure that people in America didn't think that they were together.
They're like, nah, America will buy this up. They'll eat it up in
Yep.
an instant. But geez.
That's crazy.
Okay, so what am I using for the thumbnail now that we've come to the end of the
So
episode?
ahageo face
Okay.
with like drooling thing. Exactly. Or you can do the uwu.
And you want futanari.
I don't think we can put that in the
Leave that out of my.
No, we're not.
Just use
No,
his
we need
uwu
to.
face.
We need to clip something out of context. What we?
Yeah, we can't use that as the thumbnail. For me?
For me.
So Ovilee's doing for me. Raz is doing tip to tip.
I ain't doing none of this.
Just do this, you know.
No, I'm not
Have
doing
you ever
that. You
have
know.
you ever used a Chinese finger trap before?
No.
Racist. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Racist.
I always wanted to use one. I could never find one. They don't exist in small town
That's
Ohio.
not where I thought the finger traps was going.
That's not.
They don't exist in small town. For the answer.